Every year, millions of people start a budget. Most of them quit within 3 weeks. Not because budgeting does not work, but because most budgeting methods were not designed around how people actually behave. They were designed around how financial advisors think people should behave. So I spent 30 days testing every major budgeting method I could find. The popular ones, the obscure ones, the ones that feel sensible, and the ones that feel extreme. And what I found was genuinely surprising. Not just which ones worked, but why the ones that failed. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly which budgeting approach is most likely to work for you specifically, based on your psychology, not just your income. And you are going to understand why the method almost everyone starts with is also the one almost everyone abandons. Here are the methods I put through 30 days each. The first was zero-based budgeting. This is the one where every single dollar you earn gets assigned a job before the month starts. Income minus expenses equals zero. Nothing unallocated. It is thorough, detailed, and widely recommended by serious personal finance people. The second was the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings and debt. Simple ratios, no detailed tracking. The idea is that if you get the big buckets right, the details take care of themselves. The third was envelope budgeting, the physical version where you divide your cash into labeled envelopes for each spending category. When the envelope is empty, the category is done for the month. No envelope, no spending. The fourth was pay yourself first. You move a fixed amount into savings the moment you get paid, before you spend anything. Whatever is left is yours to spend without guilt or tracking. The savings goal is protected. The rest is free. The fifth was no budget budgeting. No categories, no tracking, no spreadsheets. Just 2 rules. Hit your savings target at the start of the month and do not go into debt. Everything else is your own business. Here is what actually happened over 30 days with each one. Zero-based budgeting worked extremely well for about 9 days. The level of detail was clarifying. For the first time, I could see exactly where every pound was going. But by week 2, the maintenance was demanding enough that I started skipping it. A few days of not logging meant the whole system fell out of sync. And once it was out of sync, there was very little motivation to reopen it. The 50-30-20 rule was easy to set up and easy to follow, but it exposed something quickly. In a high cost of living environment, the numbers do not work. If your needs reliably consume 60 or 65% of your income, the whole framework breaks before it starts. Envelope budgeting was the most psychologically interesting one. There was something about physical cash that creates a completely different relationship with spending. When the restaurant envelope was empty, I genuinely did not want to spend from another category. The friction of physically moving money made the decision feel real in a way that tapping a card never does. The downside is obvious. In a world of subscriptions, online shopping, and contactless payments, an entirely cash-based system requires constant manual conversion. It is a significant overhead. Pay yourself first was the quietest of the methods, but over 30 days, it was also the most consistent. No logging, no weekly reviews, no tracking required. The saving happened automatically. The rest of the money was spent with less guilt than any other method because the goal was already achieved. No budget budgeting only works if your income is predictable and your baseline habits are already reasonable. If either of those is not true, it produces anxiety rather than freedom. Here's what I took away from all of this. No single budgeting method is objectively better than the others. The question of which one works is almost entirely a question of which one you will actually maintain. And maintaining a system is not about discipline. It is about friction. The methods that failed, not just for me, but consistently across the research on financial behavior, are the ones that require the most daily effort. Zero-based budgeting is not a bad system. It is a high-friction system. And humans reliably abandon high-friction systems within a few weeks, regardless of how motivated they are at the start. The methods that succeeded are the ones that do most of the work up front and then largely leave you alone. Pay yourself first does one thing at the start of the month and then gets out of the way. That design, friction at setup, automation afterward, matches how people actually function. There is also the psychological reward structure to consider. A system that makes you feel guilty every time you check it, or that requires constant confession of every unplanned purchase, creates a negative association with financial management, and people avoid things that make them feel bad. A system that removes the guilt entirely, because the important things are already handled, creates the opposite association, which means you actually keep using it. So here is what the 30 days actually produced. Not just which method won, but a practical framework built from the parts that worked across all 5. Step 1. Automate the non-negotiable. Whatever your savings target is, even if it is small, automate it to leave your account the day your income arrives, before you see it, before you make any decisions. This one step does more than any spreadsheet because it removes the decision entirely. Step 2. Give yourself one number. Not 15 categories in a tracking app. One number. The amount you have available to spend after the non-negotiable is gone. Call it your spending number. That is the only figure you need to keep in mind. Step 3. Add one boundary. Just one. The area of your spending that causes you the most friction or regret. For a lot of people, it is food delivery, or subscriptions they forgot about, or small daily purchases that accumulate into a number that surprises them every month. One boundary, not 10. Step 4. Review once a month, not daily. A monthly 30-minute review of what actually happened versus what you expected is enough to keep the system honest without making it feel like homework. This is not a perfect system. There is no perfect system, but it is a maintainable one, and maintainable beats perfect every single time. Here is the piece that most budgeting content leaves out completely. The reason most people struggle with budgets has very little to do with the budget itself. It is the emotional relationship with money sitting underneath it, the beliefs built in childhood, the stress response to financial decisions, the identity wrapped up in spending. A budget is a tool, and like any tool, it performs better or worse depending on what you are working with. Someone with a money avoidance pattern, which we covered in the last video, will struggle with any budgeting method that requires daily engagement with their finances, because the engagement itself triggers discomfort. Someone with a money worship pattern will hit their savings target and feel nothing, because the belief that they need more is not resolved by reaching a number on a spreadsheet. The tool and the psychology have to be matched, and most budgeting advice hands you the tool without asking about the psychology. That is the gap this channel exists to fill. So to bring it back to the question, what actually works? Automation over willpower. Low friction over detailed tracking. One meaningful boundary over 15 categories. Monthly reviews over daily guilt. And underneath all of that, understanding why you spend the way you do, not just trying to change it by force. The 30 days taught me that the best budgeting method is not the most thorough one. It is the one that fits your life well enough that you never have to think about quitting it. If this kind of content is useful to you, the honest, practical stuff that most finance channels skip over, I would love to have you around for the next one. Just hit subscribe and you will see it when it drops. No pressure, no algorithm games, just new videos when they are ready. See you then.